Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here for a wrestling review for you. No, it's not Monday Night Raw review. As you see by the title of the video, I did not watch Monday Night Raw last night. I DVR'd it because I instead went to the Ring of Honor New Japan Pro Wrestling World of the World show date in Dearborn at the Dearborn Fort Community Arts Center. And it was absolutely fantastic. It was great wrestling. This is my second Ring of Honor show. First time I ever seen New Japan guys. I was even gonna travel to either Chicago or Toronto to see Ring of Honor New Japan. So I was happy they came here. And I was so happy I didn't have to travel out of state for it. And it was fun wrestling. A couple great matches in there. Got to see also great New Japan guys and some guys that I did not get to see last time in Kalamazoo because they were in Japan. So I was happy to see them. And I think this was a little bit better than Kalamazoo. A lot of surprises, couple changes to the card that was originally advertised, but they were for the better. Great surprises, great additions. So, great night. Let's get started. I'm going to tell you my adventures before the show, during the show, and of course a little bit after. And there'll be photos. There'll be some photos, like I always do during these little reviews, especially in intimate venues like this. If I'm able to bring my phone and be able to be in a small place like Dearborn Fort Community Center, I'll be able to put photos up. It will be. And I think some good ones. There's some good ones. Let's get to before the show. I got to the venue. My dad took me. My dad's a fan too. So me and him went on a little dad son trip. He always goes to my wrestling things. Most of them because he likes watching it with me. He kind of got me into wrestling. Father son bonding. So we went to the venue. Got there around 6:30. Show started around 7:30. The autograph signings were already going on. And I didn't want to bother with them because I didn't want to pay $30 for an autograph each guy. That's a weird policy. The only time I've seen that was at Gibraltar Trade Center when they had wrestlers come up and you had to pay per autograph. And I like that policy, but they want to make money. They're indie, so it makes sense. But, got to the venue, driving around the parking lot, and there was like this back loading area that they had. And there's a couple photos of that loading area before and after the show because I hung out before. Before I saw Kenny King and Rhett Titus out backstage, they were eating, I think. And I got some pictures of that. Weird, but I got it. Also, I didn't get any pictures, but I saw Taylor Hendricks running around backstage, Leo Rush backstage, back there, and also Matt Sydal back there. So a couple guys back there in the loading area. So I was kind of cool to see that little intimacy there. So I walked in the venue, and my dad was out in the parking lot. He walked in later. We walked in separately. Dude was taking some medicine. Wink, wink. So, walked in the venue. There was like a little banquet, a little lobby area, and that's where the autographs were taking place. I got some pictures of, I didn't get, an autograph in a picture, but I got like pictures of some of the guys there. Young Bucks signing with Adam Cole, new member. I'll get to my thoughts on that when it came out. Liger was out there. He was doing autographs. And also Tatsuya Naito. I love his work. Love his character now. In the Los Ingobernables. I hope I pronounced that right. And I had a sign for him. And he was out front. And he saw my sign. And he actually did this. I wish I had a photo. But that was cool. He did this to me. And then he was walking back. He actually fist pumped a couple people, including myself. Wish I had a photo of that too, but it was cool to have. I had a lot of interaction tonight because I had a really good seat. As you see from the photos, like in Kalamazoo, I had a really good seat by the ramp again. It was really close this time. It was really close. The lighting kind of affected some of the pictures, so brace yourself for that. So after Naito left, I saw Young Bucks and Adam Cole. I did show my sign, so they saw my sign. That was good. Walked in the venue. I think it's a much better venue than Kalamazoo. Wings Event Center is like a big venue. It was like an arena. And this is like a ballroom. It's kind of like a local wrestling show I go to. XICW. A lot of local guys from XICW were there that I know. Because I've been going to the XICW shows. A local company in Detroit for like the last couple months. They're absolutely terrific. I saw Akeem Zane. One of the girls, Dominique, was actually one of the ring girls. Here's a flyer they put on my van. I'm actually going to the show on Saturday. I've been going to the shows. They're awesome wrestlers. So if you live in the Detroit area, want some great wrestling, local wrestling, Imperial House is where to go this Saturday night. Some tickets are still available. Front row was selling out, which I do have front row seating. So, walked to the venue, got to my seat, and around 7:25 or 7:15, we had a bonus match before the show. I mean, a dark match. Last time I didn't even see the dark match or the first match because I got there late in Kalamazoo. But this time I was early, got there on time, got there to see the first match, which was a new guy. I hope I get his name is Kamatachi, who recently debuted in a match against ACH when Onyx tried to pull out a recent card in Rhode Island. He took on Will Farrar, minus Prince Nana. So I've seen Will Farrar. He was at the Kalamazoo show. And like I said, this is the opener. And this is a decent opener to get us started. Tamagotchi is terrific. You know, it's my first time seeing him. And he's a great high flyer, some great spots in this matchup with both these guys. These were to open up the night. You know, it was like a warm-up match. But it was terrific. So Tamagotchi had like a cool little finishing move. They got the victory. And it's a little quick match, like maybe like 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. To get us, get us pumped up, get us warmed up for the show. It's kind of cool seeing him for the first time because I've heard of him because of the recent thing he just made when he replaced Wally Strong on a card. So there you go. Decent kickoff matchup. So now on to the main show. Of course, this was not a TV thing, but it was taped for video on demand and DVD. It'll be on their website. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Maybe I'll get it because I love this show. Kevin Kelly came out for commentary. No Steve Corino, aka Mr. Wrestling Queen. Maybe it's because of that thing that Whitmer aired to him last Sunday on Global Wars. We gave like a flash drive. So got to the start of the show after Kevin Kelly came out. He had no Whitmer came out later and got heat. Even on commentary, Whitmer's got heat. Whitmer's got heat even if he's in commentating. So we kick things off with the entrance of the Bullet Club. Young Bucks, Wheels of Destiny, and of course their newest member, Adam Cole. Baby, I was able to see Global Wars on Sunday. It was my first pay-per-view for Ring of Honor because I never want to pay the money. I found a live stream. Yay. A lot of people criticized the ending of the night with the Young Bucks basically hijacking the main event, revealing the new member, Adam Cole, and having a huge super kick party where no one was spared. A lot of people didn't like it. It's like a WCW type screwy finish with no winner. And I hope they don't do that every time. Although we could see a little bit of that tonight's main event, but at least we had a finish. We had a winner in the main event, though, which I'll explain. So I hope it doesn't happen every pay-per-view. Adam Cole's a good fit. I think Adam Cole with Matt Taven out for a while and rebuilding the kingdom under his image, kicking out Adam Cole recently. Adam Cole needed a place to go. And Ring of Honor and New Japan specifically needed some fresh talent for the Bullet Club, losing a lot of people. So, losing AJ, losing Gallows and Anderson. So get Adam Cole in, it's huge. So they came out, of course. I think a lot of people like me and people going to New York and went to Chicago last night. Big disappointment. No Omega, of course, because of his visa issues. Only doing a Toronto show. They were still selling Omega shirts, which sucked. I hope that they come back to Dearborn with New Japan. Right now, they do have another show for Dearborn in October without New Japan. But they owe Dearborn another show of New Japan because Omega wasn't there. And Omega showed up this time. So, Bullet Club came out. They were so over. Probably got like one of the biggest pops of the night. Because they're heels, but they're awesome heels. Make fun of all you want about, basically ripping off NWO, especially, by the way, they hijacked the main event with the non-ending. But hey, you need a cliffhanger to watch their show on syndication. So, they came out with, Adam Cole, and they're like, "Oi, we're stronger than ever. We got a new member, baby!" Well, Adam Cole babies tonight. He's like, "We're taking over Ring of Honor." And then, here come the machine guns. They came out. They confronted the Bullet Club. Some sparing lines. Then here come the Briscoes coming out. Now, the Briscoes and the Machine Guns were supposed to be the main event tonight. The original scheduled main event was going to be Machine Guns against the Briscoes. I have signs for them too. Motor City. And Man Up, I know the Man Up sign. I bought a Man Up sign last time, but I added some new thing to it. My dad made the signs. My handwriting sucks. So he added this for Briscoes. So Machine Gun's like, hey, instead of wrestling tonight each other, how about we team up together against the Bullet Club? So main event was changed. The Bullet Club taking on the Briscoes and the Machine Guns. But it's like, wait a minute, they need a fifth guy. Adam Page came out. So Adam Page was allegedly going to be the fifth guy in this tag team affair. So that was the main event was set. 5-on-5. Main event set for tonight. And it would change. I'll say that much. It did change. Like a couple matches. I think like obviously the main event did change with, instead of Briscoes and Machine Guns, 5-on-5, which was great. And like I said, there was another change later. And it was a change to another match too. But let's get on to the first match of the main card. Counting the pre-show match and a bonus match that was added for the main show, which involved a huge change. Speaking of change, a lot of changes. Changes to the card, and of course, a little change in when it comes to belts. So first match of the main card. We had ACH teaming up with Matt Sydal. Fresh off singles match for ACH last night, of course, Sydal teamed up with the Machine Guns and Kushida. They took on the Beer City Bruiser and Silas Young, who didn't even wrestle on Global Wars last night. So it's kind of interesting to see him wrestle tonight, when they weren't even on Global Wars. They're like, I think they and also Leo Wash, who was there. They were the only guys that wrestled tonight that did not wrestle at Global Wars. Like the first match, this was a really good match to open up the card. And I've seen, last time I went to Kalamazoo, ACH wrestled, but I was late. So I was able to see ACH wrestle. So I was going to see him. Sydal was in Japan. So I was going to see him too. It was a great opener. With Beer City Bruiser and Silas looking good as a team. They're great heels. As much as Whitmer is a great heel. So, great double team for both guys, especially Beer City Bruiser is a big fat slob, but he's agile as hell. Big splashes and stuff. But then Sydal came with his big high flying moves, big kicks, nasty kicks, both guys. And of course, after being isolated a little bit, hot tag in to ACH coming in. A lot of ACH hands. We didn't even do a go ACH. Too bad we didn't do like a go ACH. Go ACH. But so there you go. Fun little matchup with the victory going to ACH and Matt Sydal with ACH comes big 5 moves on the outside leading up to his big Midnight Star finisher on Silas Young. And 1, 2, 3 victory for ACH and Matt Sydal. Now, these guys didn't team up at Global Wars. They had 7 matches. So ACH, after the match, grabbed the microphone and said, Matt, I've learned a lot from you this last year, being your partner, but I think it's time for us to go our separate ways, amicably, so we can focus on individual endeavors. They split up amicably, and they walked out. I shook both their hands. When they walked back, I shook their hands. And I also got a 2-sweet from Matt Jackson tonight, so that was good. So we're on to our second match. And our second change of the night, besides our main event. It was originally scheduled to be Roderick Strong against Jushin Thunder Liger. But Jushin suffered a stinger last night, Sunday, during his match against The Addiction with Cheeseburger. Like, I saw he was doing a move. He landed on his head. He must have got like a little concussion. So I was like, is he going to wrestle tomorrow night? Well, I told you he was at the autograph signing, but he did not wrestle. They took him out the card because of his stinger, for safety reasons. So we did not see Liger wrestle. That was disappointing. But we got a decent replacement. Leo Rush, the top prospect winner, was replacing Liger. That's when BJ Whitmer came out for commentary. Roderick was already fuming after losing a fatal four-way contenders match at Global Wars Sunday for his TV title. He was really furious, and he took out all his anger and all his frustration on this young rookie that is Lio Rush. Like, there's somebody chanting, but not much. Good crowd tonight in Dearborn, not as chanty as like other crowds. They were chanting during like the last two matches. But this was a little decent match. It was kind of almost a little bit squashy. Because Roderick Strong was, he was supposed to wrestle Liger, and he had to prepare for this match last second. But for applauding them for taking this match on the last minute advisement, instead of having a decent matchup. Would have loved to have seen Liger wrestle, but hey, safety rules. Safety first. Liger got a little stinger. So there you go. So Lio Rush looked good though in the matchup, despite getting punishment. Big moves on the outside. Roderick was just taking out all of his anger out of Lio Rush, smashing him against the barricade a couple times, falling outside the floor. Lio Rush came flying back with some big moves of his own, big nasty kicks. Despite a valiant effort from Lio Rush, he felt the rush of blood going through his head. As Roderick Strong nailed him, he was trying to go for the stronghold a couple times during this match. But he didn't get it. But he did nail his finisher. The CX2, I think, or it's the Death by Roderick, the double knee buster. He did 2 of those and 1-2-3 victory for Roderick Strong. He came in the mic before the match. He called Liger a pussy. He taunted Liger again after the match. But then Liger did come out and beat the crap out of Roderick Strong. At least a little beating. So he tossed him out of the ring. At least we get to see Liger appear, though, during the show. Even though, like I said, he didn't wrestle, he did at least make a little cameo and beat up Roddy for us to go home happy after that matchup. He would later join Kevin Kelly and Roderick Strong on commentary. It's kind of interesting to see Whitmer on commentary and then not see Carino. I think I saw Colby Carino walking around. I thought I saw Colby Carino during the parking lot when I was walking around when I saw Kenny King and all them. On to our next affair, we had Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada teaming up with his mentor, Ghetto, as they took on the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, War Machine. And this was a decent little matchup between both these great guys. When this match was signed, I was like, this is interesting. Ghetto and Okada are short and they're skinny, and War Machine's huge. Especially if you're talking about Hanson. So I was like, it's kind of a mismatch. And it was scheduled to be non-title. And then it became for the titles. So I was like, let's be that in. So, War Machine came out, put the titles on the line, and kind of said, hey, we're fighting champions, we'll put them up. You agree to that? Boom, they shook hands. War Machine with the big double team moves. The strength and power really came in handy. They were like dominating Okada and Ghetto at one point. Ghetto looked good, but of course, Okada got some good hot tags in. Going with his nasty moves. I don't think he nailed the tombstone at all. But he did nail the Rainmaker clothesline at one point during the matchup, despite Okada and Ghetto's best efforts to try to take away the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships away from the Champions War Machine. They got the fallout. Okada got the fallout. I think Ghetto got the fallout because I don't think Okada was being protected. Ghetto got the fallout, double team move, and 1-2-3 victory for War Machine, retaining the Tag Team Championship, especially one night after their literal war against the Briscoes, which was, by my mind, the best match of Global Wars. So as War Machine was celebrating, little voice was calling their name. From the shadows, here comes the Addiction. Christopher Daniels, and of course, Kazarian, taking out Cheeseburger last night after losing to Cheeseburger and Liger. Tony Liger, who was on commentary, and they're like, we never lost those titles, which is a fact, because they never got pinned in that triple threat match at All-Star Extravaganza against the Young Bucks and the Kingdom, who would eventually win those titles. And of course, Kingdom would, lose to War Machine. And I was at that Kalamazoo show when the Kingdom got the rematch against the Addition. And that's when the KLD guy came in with really Alex Shelley. Screwing over the Addition. They thought it was Chris Sabin. Leading up to the Machine Gun reunion. Storyline that led to that. So, we want a match against you. And it's going to happen in New York City for the titles. Well, you want it in New York? You want an ass whooping? You got it. Well, special treat. They would actually not make that match in New York. They're going to make War Machine wrestle twice. Later on tonight, we would see War Machine defend the titles again against Christopher Daniels and Kazarian in the second half of our show. So now it's on to our last match of this half of the show. Well, another New Japan versus Ring of Honor match to end the first half with Kushida, the reigning IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, against one of my other fans, Dalton Castle, the new number one contender for the Television Championship, winning that Fatal 4-Way this past Sunday at Global Wars. This was, in my mind, the comedy match of the night. It was a fun little matchup between these guys. A lot of the comedy involving the boys. With the fan, you saw my Dalton sign, fan up, the boys. And then Kushida wanted to be fanning, he did. And Dalton's like, those are my boys. A little grappling to start off with. A little bit of a slow start. With the comedy taking over the early half of the matchup, especially with the boys, like I said. But once they got going, it was a very physical matchup between both these great guys. And I'm fans of them both, so it's cool to see them wrestle each other. And it was great action, great spots from both these terrific guys. It was absolutely great seeing these two guys wrestle each other. Dalton did his flamboyant moves. He even did the bang ray at one point, but Kushida kicked out of that. And eventually, despite Dalton's best efforts to try to get a big win over the IWGP Light Heavyweight Championship, especially, like I said, coming off of his win last night, Sunday night, at Global Wars, Kushida got the victory with his big flashy move. 1-2-3 victory for Kushida, defeating Dalton Castle in a fun little matchup to end the first half of the show. A cool moment happened after the match. I don't have it on camera per se, but a guy from Ring of Honor got it on camera. I hope to find that picture. I have a Kushida sign. And Kushida, I was by the barricade, as you see by my pictures. And he was walking to the back. He saw my sign. He actually stood on top of the barricade, standing next to me, hugging me, pointing my sign. So it was a cool moment. Kushida acknowledging my sign and taking a picture with me with the photographer there. So hopefully it's on the website soon. I would love to see that picture sometime soon. So there you go with that situation there. So that was on intermission. And some of the best matches of the night was soon to come, including our first matchup of the second half of the show. Because let's because we had so we had the final five matches. We kicked things off in the second half of the show with ANX, the All Night Express, Kenny King, Rhett Titus, Ikiyon, from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and his partner, Big Mike, Michael Elgin, the unbreakable one. Elgin got a lot of hate, though. People say Big Mike sucks. And a couple guys who, they chanted a couple guys who said sucks too. They retorted, your mama sucks. So I think Big Man came up with a retort like that, and Bobby Fish got Bobby sucks later on during his match. That Bobby's like, your mother sucks. And there's Mother's Day yesterday, gentlemen. This was a fun tag team affair. ANX looked really good. They're a heel team, but they looked really good in this matchup, especially against, Tanahashi. Air guitar and all. Whereas by ANX having an answer to everything. Early on, Tanahashi and Elgin could not get through to ANX. Everything ANX had, everything that Tanahashi and Elgin had, ANX had an answer for. Double team on the outside, really dominated early half of the matchup. And they watched Tanahashi and Elgin get their double teams going. It was all over but the crying. Sling blade from Tanahashi. Despite great effort from ANX, they got laid out. And both Elgin and Tanahashi landed high fly flows on both gentlemen. And 1-2-3 victory for Tanahashi and Michael Elgin, coming off of their loss at Global Wars against Okada and Moose. So great comeback for that. Got to shake Tanahashi's hands. That was kind of cool. Got to touch Mike's hand too. And also Andy kicking ANX guy wet tennis too. Now there was 3 matches that were really, really good. The second best match of the night was this one. I knew when this match was signed, it was going to be a hard-hitting, stiff battle. And it was. Moose against now the former television champion, Tomohiro Ishii. This was an all-out knuckleball fight. This was just a samba knocker, as JL would say. It was just hard-hitting. Moose looked really good. I think Moose has improved since I had a Moose sign last time, but I didn't bring a Moose sign this time. Sorry, Moose. Maybe next time I have another sign for you. But it was just stiff. And, big headbutts from Ishii. Nasty spots on the outside. These guys were just tearing it up. And the first This Is Awesome chant of the night was this match. So, and despite Moose's best efforts, and he looked good against Tomohiro. Ishii got big cheers. And yet, a lot of people split. A lot of split during some matches. During Dalton Castle Kushida, they were split. They kind of booed War Machine. Huge pop for Okada when he came out. And a lot of heat for ANX. Big pop for Tanahashi. Some of the biggest pops tonight was Tanahashi, Okada. Most of the New Japan guys, and of course, the Bullet Club. Big pop for them. But this one was split. You had Moose chance and Ishii chance. So it was just a brawl between these 2 guys. It was just a fight. Ending up with Tomohiro Ishii dealing this big move. I think it's a finish. I don't know his finisher's name. I'm kind of guys all these New Japan guys because I've been watching for a year. As long as I've been watching Ring of Honor, so it's kind of cool to see, Ring of Honor and New Japan together. So he nailed his finisher on Moose. The Ishii driver. I think it was Ishii driver. I think it was the Brain Buster. The Brain Buster move. That was his finish. 1-2-3 victory for Tomohiro coming off his loss against Bobby Fish at the pay-per-view the night before. Both guys shook hands, and Moose looked good in the match too. It was just a fight. It was the second best match of the card, or maybe third best. And out of all the matches tonight, there was not a bad match in the card for the most part. Every match was great. But if there was one match that was the weakest of the match, it wasn't bad, it was just not as good as the others. There was only one match that was okay, decent, just okay. That was the second tag team title defense of the night for the War Machine, as they took on the attention Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. This match was just okay, because I'm a fan of Daniels and Kazarian ever since the TNA days. A lot of go back to TNA chants to them. TNA rejects. Surprised they didn't say that to Kenny King. But Kenny King's at least doing well. We can honor. He lost tonight to Tanahashi. So then, there's also, War Machine came in with big high-flying moves. And then he ditched Plane and Daredevil. There was a nasty spot. They slammed Hanson off the rope, and he landed hard on the outside. Nasty spot. I'm surprised he was walking after that spot. And he was taken out a little bit. And Yedichen tried to cheat by using one of the tag belts on Woe. But Woe kicked out of that cheating attempt. And Daniels pinned him, was like, why? He was trying to go for the BME, and he knew he signed Angel's Wings. And also, War Machine going for the downfall move, but then the addition tried to cheat again. This time a little bit more successfully. They actually, I thought it was the other belt. Kaz grabbed something. I thought it was the other belt, but it actually was the armor that one of the members of War Machine wore. So Kaz took the armor, smashed it against the head of Wall. Daniels got the pin. 1, 2, 3. We crown new tag team champions tonight at a house show. Very questionable being the addition. It makes sense on a storyline point because the addition never really lost the titles. You know, they never got pinned for it. But in my mind, I think the Briscoes should have won last night, Sunday night, at Global Wars. They put on an excellent match, as I mentioned. The ending with standing, that tag team match was probably the match of the night at Global Wars. But the ending with standing, you know, it was fun. But I think Briscoe should have won that. So let me make question addition winning, let alone question addition winning during a house show. And what was she been champion for, like, what, 5 months since Final Battle, being the Kingdom. So we'll see how this goes and see how long this lasts for the addition being active. They were fun tag team champs. So, but it could lead to, like, you know, new team winning it. You know, Okada and Geto would have been interesting to see win in their title match. When it made it to a title match, I was like, maybe Okada will lose. And he did, sadly, with Geto in the first defense. But still, it was a fun little matchup. Their match was, I think, compared to taking title matches, I think Okada and Geto's match against War Machine was better. This match was okay. There was one, like, weak match that, it didn't suck. It was just not as good as the others. This was it. War Machine against Addition. Like, the only weak match of the night. Now on to the 2 best matches of the night. Both tag team affairs. We had Red Dragon, consisting of course, Kyle O'Reilly, and the new television champion, Bobby Fish, and another double champions. The Ring of Honor World title holder, Jay Lethal, with Taylor Hendricks, both intact for the Super Kick Party for the Young Bucks at Global Wars, and Tetsuya Naito, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Again with his mask and his suit. And God, I've been a fan of Naito ever since I started watching New Japan about a year ago. And he's a heel now, and he's a fun heel. Threw the belt again like he did. And he was like the funniest part of this matchup. He was cocky. He spat on the referee. He spat on Kyle O'Reilly. He got in Bobby Fish's face. He was terrific. And he did like the little splash tease and the landing on the floor. This was a fun match. Really fun match, especially coming off of that match against War Machine and Addition. I thought there'd be co-main because I thought there'd be like a little interval between Jay Lethal and the main event. But I think it was good to have them like this. You know, the 2 best matches back to back. Hey, if NXT can do like that when it's on NXT, the 2 best matches be the last 2 matches. Ring of Honor can do so too. So Lethal got a huge pop, so did Naito. Which I get a good pop too. Got some good pictures of them walking out, especially Bobby Fish. So both teams, like Naito and Lethal, did not gel well in the early going, especially when at one point Taylor Hendricks kissed Lethal's hand. And Naito wanted his hand kissed. And the crowd was even chanting, kiss his hand, kiss his hand. But then Naito went to the crowd, and one of the crowd in the front row kissed Nato's hand because Taylor wanted to do it. But I was like, yeah, it's a fun little spot. That was like the funniest, like the funniest part of this match was Nato's reactions and Nato's actions. You know, spanning people, being arrogant, cocky, you know. And he and Lethal was not getting along at all, but they did eventually try to gel against a very accomplished team. And Rad Dragon, I was happy to see Rad Dragon because, like I said, they were in Japan when I was in Kalamazoo. So I was happy to see him this time wrestle live. And it was great. Fun match. The other, this is wrestling. It was like hard-hitting kicks, you know, spot fest. The main event was a spot fest. But this was as much of a good spot fest. Great action. We saw the lethal combination, but Lethal did not try to do the lethal combination. He did Tried to, I think he was trying to leave the combination at one point, and he got slammed. The counter, that was a great counter. But despite the great efforts of Night Jordan, Lethal got sucked in to chasing the dragon. In 1-2-3 victory, Kyle O'Reilly pinned the world champion tonight in this tag team affair. Could Wiley get another shot? But Colt Cabana may get another shot because he's kind of technically on a rematch after that not ending at Global Wars, which is still being debated about. You know, a lot of people love the ending, some people hate the ending. Where it was great to, like, introducing Adam Cole is one thing, but sporting main event may have gone too far. Speaking of going too far, that's what happened during this main event match. Couple screwy things with standing. This was probably, besides, you know, Lethal and also Ishii against Moose, this was probably the best match of the night. The Young Bucks, Guerrilla Destiny, and Adam Cole. Bye-bye. They were, of course, scheduled to take on the Young Bucks as opponents, the Briscoes. And Motor City Machine Guns. I was actually going to, I was like, what t-shirt I was going to wear or buy tonight. Because I want to wear a t-shirt. So I had a Ring of Honor shirt last time. I want a Superstars shirt this time. I was going to get an Omega shirt, but he wasn't going to be there. A lot of people did buy Omega shirts. Everyone, the new Adam Cole t-shirt for Bullet Club, that sold out pretty quickly. So I got this one. So, and I saw Saban walk out, and he saw my shirt. I'll tell you about that story after this match. It was a Spot Best Palooza. Adam Page, as I mentioned, was supposed to team up with the Briscoes and Machine Guns, but his music hit, he didn't come out. But it was part of a bigger plan. Machine Guns like, well, apparently Adam Page suffered an early super kick party backstage. So basically, it was a handicap match at one point. So the brawl was on. The Bucks and Guerrilla Destiny Adam Cole beating up on Briscoes and Motor City on the outside, taking it onto the barricades. But then, boom, boom, Colt Cabana came out. Surprisingly night. Some people said they saw Colt Cabana backstage. He was on the poster, and he was not advertised for Dearborn. He was added for Toronto, but not added to Dearborn. So it's not surprised to see in wrestling. Like I said, some people saw him. And people like, when Adam Page didn't come out, people were like, oh man, maybe Colt Cabana. And it was Colt Cabana, who won Limited Revenge for the Young Bucks and Guerrilla Destiny and Adam Page, Adam Cole. Kind of screwing with Cabana's match against Lethal when the super kick party hit. What was it, 51 super kicks? Even, like, everyone was kicked. Nobody was spared. The announcers were kicked. Kevin Kelly, Mr. Wrestling 3. Again, Carino, take their mask off. The Mr. Wrestling storyline needs to fucking die bad. It's taking on too long. Like the Golden Truth storyline, the Mr. Wrestling 3 storyline needs to fucking die. It's gone too long. This storyline does not ever end. It will go on and on, my friend. So, it made sense for Colt Cabana to be involved in this match. You know, for revenge's sake. And this was a fucking spot fest. Everyone, I bet you everyone's voices were hoarse. We were like tired out by the end of this main event. You know, chanting, man up, Motor City, 2-3. And of course, super kick! It was a super kick party in Dearborn, Michigan tonight. What was it? 20 super kicks at least. So match went on. This is my first time seeing Guerrilla Destiny, the G-O-D. Live. I've seen one of them before on I've seen one of them on, I've seen one of them on the TV before. Before the Tama Tonga, I've seen him before on New Japan television. And Tango Loa, I've seen him before as Micah. And I don't know, he was Camacho too. He was Camacho in WWE. But it was Micah and TNA. So that's why I remember him from the most. So it's kind of cool seeing that for the first time. And they looked good in this match. There was some good wrestling at some point in this match. There was good wrestling here. Briscoe coming with some big, and it was like Spot Fest City. big spots, and of course led up to the super kicks. They almost kicked Bobby Cruz early on, but once they super kicked the referee, all hell broke loose. It ended up being almost a carbon copy of the ending of Global Wars. With not as many super kicks. Kevin Kelly was actually spared this time. Although it would have been cool to see him super kick BJ Whitmer. But the super kick party began. Like every 10 seconds, like super kick! Like everyone did super kicks. There was like variations of super kicks. On the outside or ball on the outside. The nastiest spot of the night was they did the tombstone move, the indie taker. The tombstone off the apron onto the floor. I think it was. I forgot who it was. Was Shelly or Sabin? One of us. I think it was Shelly. You got it. If anyone was there and remembered who took the indie taker, let me know. Hope I'm correct. But that spot, I think it was one of Young Bucks off the top rope, off the apron, onto the floor, super kicks onto the floor. Holy shit moment. It was holy shit chance. It was like the nastiest spot of the night, besides Hanson's fall, doing his match against Addiction. So then as the beatdown was going on, it's Bullet Club beatdown. Here comes Adam Page clearing the ring. They were setting up a quadruple super kick to Jay Briscoe, but then Adam Page came out. Seemingly, he was going to help the good guys. But then he nailed the steel chair against Jay Briscoe, apparently. And acquaintance or not, Adam Page is in the Bullet Club now? Two Adams in the same group. Weird. He was doing it too sweet with all the guys, and then the beatdown continued. But, as I mentioned earlier, unlike the main event of Global Wars, it actually had a finish. We actually had a winner. And it was the Bullet Club. They took a body that was laid out, pinned them 1, 2, 3. At least we had a finish. It was kind of a weird finish. Kind of like Global Wars, but at least we had a finish. We did have a winner. Even though, like I said, the ending was almost like a carbon copy of the Global Wars. The Bullet Club beatdown. Super kicking everybody besides all the security and referees. Like they did at the Global Wars. The Bullet Club was standing tall. And Young Bucks and Adam Cole walked out through the crowd while Tamatonga and Tongaloa walked through the entrance ramp. Got to shake their hands a little bit. Got a little too sweet from one of them. And Adam Cole and Young Bucks was celebrating the back of the fans. And Colt Cabana grabbed the microphone. And he's like, you cheer these guys, huh? They're heels, but you cheer the Bullet Club. Yeah, Bullet Club. There's something, right? Adam Cole's a great wrestler, but their attitude bugs me. They screwed with my match last night at Global Wars. And I came back to Ring of Honor for a reason. To come back to the Ring of Honor that I love. Not this new Ring of Honor that's going to be taken over by the Bullet Club, kind of like NWO style. Because Bullet Club kind of copied NWO. Kind of whipped them up, but they're kind of like a carbon copy, especially the way the sneak attacks and ruining pay-per-view matches. Hope they don't do that every time. But at least, like I said, this time, the ending actually had a proper finish. Screwy, but still, a finish. We did have a winner. So Copain's like, we need to stand up, Ring of Honor, to bring back our Ring of Honor. It's like a tired-out storyline that they've used a lot in other companies. NWO versus WCW. Aces and Eights versus TNA. Maven Mafia versus TNA. BC beat out BDC beat down BDG. Oh no, it was the BDC beatdown crew against TNA. DX versus WWE. Nexus versus WWE. That storyline, it's kind of old. Like the invaders crashing the company. The authority figures. That storyline is kind of old. But if it's done right, and not every time there's a major match in the main event on TV or pay-per-view, it could do well. Especially with Adam Cole in it. So a little bit of screwiness and twofold. And they tied him up like they did. They tied up the Briscoes with the wrapping tape, the shipping label thing that they did last night to Colt Cabana, and they were like the beatdown was on after the match. Like that was a little bit too far. I'm a big Bullet Club guy. I love Young Bucks. Too sweet, but that was a little far. But doing like almost like I said, the Bullet Club ending of the Global Wars after the match. Tying everybody, tie Colt Cabana up, tying Briscoes up with the shipping tape, and just beating the crap out of them. Super Kick Palooza. It was a Super Kick party in Dearborn tonight. So there you go. Ending with Sting was still a fun night and a great matchup. Like I said, 3 really good matches to end the night. Jay Lethal and Naito against Red Dragon, Moose and Ishii, and the main event. That was a bad match in the second half. If I was to say a match in the second half, the first half that was good. Maybe like Kushida and Dalton Masters, the comedy was decent. So there you go. Fun night of wrestling, great night of wrestling at Ring of Honor in New Japan. We get a World show. So after the show, you all went to that loading area again. And it was actually a bus. Bus outside. And there was wrestlers coming out. There's some photos. I hope they're good. Saw a couple wrestlers come out. Got some pictures with them. I didn't get pictures with them. I got pictures of them walking out. Saw Geto walk out. I didn't see one Okada. Okada must have left earlier. Saw the Briscoes walk out. See one Strong walk out. See Tama Tonga, Tama Long come out of there. You got some pictures of them. Adam Cole came out there. Seidel came out there. Whitmer came out, but he wore a Toyota rental. A couple guys took rentals. There was a bus with some people, but some people took rentals. Like I said, even in out of character, Whitmer's still a heel because he drove a rental Toyota. 4-1 car in Michigan. And then Saban came out and he saw my shirt. He was like, cool shirt. And Adam Cole did say, there's a few people with me. I was there first and a couple guys joined me when they realized what was going on. And the only guys that kind of said hi was like Bobby Fish. I saw him walk out. He said hi to a couple people. Adam Cole said hi to us. And I said, Saban saw my shirt. He saw my shirt. So he said, awesome shirt. Some decent shots there. A couple guys were already on the bus. From what I saw on the bus, Tanahashi was on the bus. Dalton Castle was on the bus. A few others. And once I was trying to realize who was on the bus, Dalton Castle and all the guys started putting the blinds down. It made sense because of privacy. So I saw a couple guys walk out there, so there you go. Fun night of wrestling. Very long video, but hey, I'm going to tell you all about my video, about my experience at the Ring of Honor show. As mentioned earlier, they do another show signed for October 15th. They announced that tonight. Probably will be a non-New Japan show, but still, it should be a fun show. I want to go, but usually the Dearborn shows are always on weekends when I'm DJing. This is the first one to not be on a weekend, so I'm like, yay! Finally a weekday Ring of Honor Dearborn show, because I went to Kalamazoo last year because of the not able to go to Dearborn. So I want to go to Dearborn, but it's on a Saturday in October. October's like one of my busiest months, besides the summertime, with Halloween parties. So I'm hoping to go to Dearborn. If not, maybe I'll go next time. We shall see. But I didn't want to go back. Fun show. Second time going to Ring of Honor was awesome again. It was even better than watching it. At one point, a lot of people almost going to be better than one. It was worth missing one. It was worth missing one. So here comes my slideshow of photos from the show. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. Give you too sweet and goodbye.